This is Exercism TypeScript exercises. Let's get started. All right, looks like today's is Pangram. All right, just so for a little bit of context, I'm learning TypeScript and I'm doing these exercisms to figure out how well I know TypeScript after I've been learning it. So let's do a yarn. And a code. I used VS Code for these. VS Code seems to have pretty good support for TypeScript, understandably. And so it is, let's put that over there. It's kind of like the go-to, I guess, as opposed to, I would normally use PHP Storm. It's just a pain in the butt to use PHP Storm, go switch it back and forth to different exercisms all the time. All right, I try and take a TDD approach as best as I can to this. So I don't actually run the yarn test because that tries to run a TypeScript linter, which fails most times with the code in the tests. So I just use node modules. I use the jest that's in node modules. And I watch it. All right. Here we go. All right, so Pangram is a new Pangram, so we want a class. And we want to export default Pangram. All right. Is Pangram. That is supposed to return a Boolean. And the first test wants it to return false. And I'm passing. Perfect. Let's move on. All right. So, looks like we're going to have a constructor here, which is going to bring in, I'm going to say this is our test, which is our string. Actually, I learned this. This is pretty cool. I can say, I think I can just say public. All right, let's make it private. Private test, which is a string. And then this. I think that works. Okay, still failing. Good. At this point, all I want to do is I want to return this .test.length. True, false. So if I have something, I'm just going to return true because that's the only other test that I have. But of course, that's not good enough. So what I need to do now is I need to actually refactor. Now, the interesting thing about this is I feel like you have to jump right into it to figure out what's going on. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the alphabet. The alphabet. That's a string. Actually, I don't need to do it in here. I'm just going to do it in here. So I'm going to say const the alphabet, and I'm going to make that an array of strings, and that's going to equal A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z, dot split. All right, so there's my array of strings. Now I think what I want to do is I want to iterate over the test string, remove items, remove letters from the alphabet array, and then return whether or not when I concatenate the alphabet again, if it actually has a 0 length or not. So in order to do that, I'm going to say this dot test dot split dot for each, and this is going to be our letter, which is a string. And what we're going to do is find the index of the letter, index in alphabet equals the alphabet dot find index candidate here, actually candidate. Now I actually don't think I need to type this because we know that the alphabet is an array of strings, so then TypeScript is going to know that that's actually a string. Yep. And then what I'm going to say is letter equals candidate, and it shouldn't complain about that at all. Okay. And then I'm going to say if index in alphabet equals false, which means we didn't find anything. I'm just going to actually there's no continuing here. I guess I'll just return. And then otherwise, oh, doesn't like that. Condition will always return false since type, number, and Boolean have no overlap. So this knows that, this should know that that's, oh, -1, I think is what it does, if it doesn't find it. I wish there was, and -1 otherwise. Okay, so if it equals -1, I'm going to return. Otherwise, I'm going to delete the alphabet at that index. And so that'll get rid of that. And now what I want to do is I want to have a truth test down here that says the alphabet dot join dot equals that. All right. I think that should do it. I'm going to save this and maybe we'll get a pass. Perfect. All right, let's keep moving. Good. Looking good. Pangram with underscores. So a pangram is a sentence that contains every letter of the alphabet. It's working well. Pangram with mixed case and punctuation. So that failed. So I think what I need to do is I need to send my test to lower. Perfect. Pangram with non-ASCII characters, which probably shouldn't matter. I guess a pangram is the English alphabet as opposed to things with umlauts. Okay, so we're all passed, which is good. Now the question is, can I make this any better? Actually, we don't need this anymore. So we send it to lowercase. So the reason that I wanted to do this, the reason I have to do this is because this is an array and its length will continue to be the size of this even after I delete things from it. I could splice out of it, which would keep the length the same. but I don't think it matters. Actually, I don't even think I need this. Yeah. The reason I don't need this is because deleting anything from, like if it doesn't exist, then it just won't do anything. It's a no-op. So I could get rid of that at least. Yeah, I think that's good, actually. Let's close that. And let's submit that and take a look at other people's solutions. Exercism. Submit pangram.ts. All right. Wonder if, yeah. So let's complete this solution. And let's take a look at other people's solutions. I'm just going to take a look at a couple of them. Return Pangram, Boolean. What is this? Alright, so we're using I don't know what this is. At first I thought this was a non-capturing group, regular expression, but basically what this guy is doing is he's taking the input string and this must be case insensitive at the end. Must be some flags, yeah. So case insensitive. So he's created a regular expression that says this thing has to have every letter in the alphabet. So anything and this letter in the alphabet. This must be some sort of way of saying it doesn't matter where in the string that exists. That is bizarre. Nice. Nice. All right. Let's take a look at a couple more. All right, so this person grabbed the text, sent it to lowercase like I did as well. Private read only, that's interesting. I wonder, so read only I suppose means that you can't change it afterwards. Is Pangram, this returns a Boolean, so we are going to create an array of 26 attributes, 26 elements, take the keys, so this is going to be 0 through to 25, mapping over them. And if the text includes, oh, okay, so he's using ASCII math here. So that is a lowercase a. So we're adding 0 plus that gives us an a. So if it includes that, and then we're going to reduce that down. And this is a way of, are you kidding me? Boolean assignment. So we're starting with true, everything's good. The first false is going to make this entire thing false because we are saying the accumulator is equal to the anding of the current x value, which is whether or not it includes in there. This is why I love exercism. I mean, we've seen 3 solutions, 3 completely different solutions, and they all do the same thing. This might be more WTF than the one that I did, though, which is pretty impressive, honestly. All right, one more. All right, take the text, we got it. We lower it, we split it, create a map. And we say lower for each char, okay? If the character is greater than an A, or it's less than a Z, okay? Map.set char true. And if the map size is 26, okay. All right, got it. That's interesting. I wonder why I would maybe consider using a set instead of a map here. This is just a placeholder value because there's no falses in here or anything like that. So basically, we're just counting the number of unique characters that we actually see, so long as they're A's and Z's. Okay. Fair enough. All right. That's it. Cool. All right. That was Pangram. Again, a pangram is a sentence that includes every letter of the alphabet. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Thanks.